Good morning. My name is Mark Tates. Several months ago, I sent Reverend Hank this quote from George Burns. It says, "The secret of a good sermon is to have a good beginning and a good ending and have the two as close together as possible." I have to imagine that that applies to eulogies as well, so I'm hoping that now we're past it. That was a good beginning. I'll try to end strong, not have too much filler in between. For the record, let me just say that this sucks. It really, really sucks. Not only in the sense that Brent was taken from us far too soon, but also in the sense that a Zoom service is a poor substitute for being with you in person. I really feel the need to hug all of you and to have all of you hug me. For 40 years, Brent was one of my closest and dearest friends. It was my happy privilege to be with them to roast him on his 50th and 60th birthdays, and I was really hoping to do it again on his 70th. Instead, it's my sad duty to be here with you now. Over the years, we played a lot of tennis and pickleball and volleyball together. Believe it or not, Brent, that short little son of a gun, actually did block me one time. I'm pretty sure it was the highlight of his playing career because he certainly never let me or anyone else forget it. Unless we did, it's right here on page 458 of his memoir, The Path Taken. We hiked and we biked and we whitewater rafted and we skied and vacationed and dined and drank together, and then we drank some more, though only a few times to excess. Linda will recall one unfortunate night in Middleton when, after playing tennis and downing a gin and tonic or four, Brent felt a sudden need to throw up the beet soup that they had had for dinner all over the louvered doors to their coat closet. Happily, though, I was already gone, and Linda had their dogs Guinness and Stout there to help lap up the mess while Brent was passed out upstairs on the bed. She was not too happy at the time, as you might imagine, but she'll also recall the Carol Burnett quote that's comforted many of us over the years, that comedy equals tragedy plus time. But mostly, we talked and we debated and we laughed and we laughed and we laughed some more. I don't think it's an exaggeration to say that everyone here not only heard Brent's laugh, but remembers it fondly as one of the very best they've ever heard. I like to think that there was a comedian up there in heaven who was in the middle of a set when Brent passed, thanking God for sending Brent to be in his audience. Brent may have only had 67 years with us, but I can tell you one thing with absolute certainty. He crammed more life, more love, and more laughter into those 67 years than most people do in 100. He loved Cranes Beach and the Boston Red Sox and the Boston Globe sports section. He loved his dogs and going out on his boat. He loved fine wines, single malts, IPAs, and craft gins. He loved a good joke and a good story. He loved his work and all the people who worked with and for him over the years. He loved the UU Church, where I'm standing now, and everything that it stands for. But mostly, he loved Linda and Erin and Gail and all of his family and all of his friends, and we all loved him back. Some of my fondest memories of Brent are from the 26 straight years that he, Chuck Jepker, and I took a few winter's days to go skiing together. Though, truth be told, it was never really about the skiing. It was more about the bonding of three friends who truly cared for one another, even if we approached things from very different perspectives. The tradition was always to leave on an afternoon, drive to our planned destination, find the very best restaurant in town, enjoy a wonderful meal, and then repair to our hotel to solve the problems of the world, or at least debate how they might be solved. Most of the time, it was Brent and Chuck on one side and me on the other, so I was challenged to hold my own in the battle. And though we never actually keep score, I'm willing to call it a draw. In the end, we have all been blessed. Blessed by having known Brent and having him be part of our lives. His love, his compassion, his ability to bring people together, his perspectives on life, his wit, his many, many, many stories, and his laughter lives on in each and every one of us, and we are all the better for it. So, my dear friend, for one last time, I've gathered my wife Sharon and several of our closest volleyball, hiking, and drinking buddies together, along with the ingredients of one of our favorite drinks. I have the Bombay Sapphire, the tonic, the twist of lemon, not lime, and the only thing missing is you. As we all raise our glasses, we'll honor you with these words.
There are good ships
and wood ships,
and ships that sail the sea.
But the best ships are friendships.
and evermore shall be.
To Brent.
To Brent.
To Brent.